business. Be on your way.
But I don't mind. Rest in pieces. It'll be easier for the ski to clean up your mess.
You handle yourself well. You could make for a decent shield sister. An outsider, eh? Never heard of the Companions? An order of warriors. We are brothers and sisters in honor. And we show up to solve problems if the coin is good enough. Not for me to say. You'll have to talk to Codlac Whitemane up in Jorvaskar. The old man's got a good sense for people. He can look in your eyes and tell your worth.
Where are the bats?
If you go to him, good luck.
Citizen, I'm warning. Your presence is interfering with Imperial business. Be gone!
Halt. City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only. Fine. But we'll be keeping an eye on you.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own. Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride of yours and ask Yorland Greymane for help?
I'd sooner bend my knee to Ulfric's Stormcloak. Besides, Greymane would never make steel for the Legion.
Have it your way. I'll take the job, but don't expect a miracle.
Ulfred, patron of the great clan Battleborn. A name I'm sure you know well. Money, you laggard. What else? It always comes down to coin. The Greymanes have deep roots in Whiterun, but so do we. Difference is, we're rich. And Vignar hates it. Oh, and they hate it too. All their big talk of pride and honor. What have they got to show for it? Beggars' rags and stale bread. We've got the same pride, same honor, and we've got wealth. No wonder they envy us. Uncivilized pelt-wearing axe draggers. It's a wonder they don't still live in a cave like those ancestors they keep boasting about. It's true, Vignar Greymane and his lot are one of Whiterun's oldest and, depending on who you ask, most respected clans. I don't dispute that. But it's one thing to take pride in your lineage, and another to cling blindly to the past. What they call honor and tradition, I call ignorance. Uncivilized. It's true, but it's one thing to take pride in your... Battleborn is a name out of legend, sung in the... For Clan Battleborn, they cry. We've got honor, wealth, and titles too. Aye, and buxom women to warm your... Now, if that don't answer your question, then no words will. You watch yourself out there.
Well met, kinsman.
Lady, could you spare a coin?
Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
I'm so hungry. Oh, thank you. Divines, bless your kind heart. It's what Brennan said I should do. He's the only one that's been nice to me since Mama. Since she died. My aunt and uncle took over our farm and threw me out. Said I wasn't good for anything. I wound up here, but I don't know what to do. I miss her so much. Until next time.
How do you feel? I think you might be sick. Of a sort. I don't have formal... Within these... If I had a septum for every case of rock joint or whitbane I've cured since I opened this shop...
Once I've made enough money trading with the Khajiit caravans, I'm going to buy the bannered mare from Hulda.
Another curious mind, is it? Come to Argus to find the answers to all life's riddles. Why does any man seek the comforts of a bottle? Because he's a fool who believes in the lies it spins. So, what is it you want to know? The answer to life's most
I work
difficult
with my mother.
questions.
Sell fruits and vegetables.
Or perhaps
It's fun most days.
its most
Hard work.
fundamental ones. They say I knew them all. Well, the truth is, no one does. No one knows what the next life holds. No one knows how to make love stay.
If it's work you're looking for, Hulda's the one to
I'm a
talk
bard
to.
by trade. Perhaps you've heard of me.
If you need
It's the leaving that's hardest. I work for Belethor at the general goods store.
For very long, though.
The security in Whiterun is terrible. Shameful is what it is.
You look rather pale. Could be ataxia. It's quite a problem back home in Cyrodiil. Until next time.
Oh, did you need something?
If you're looking for the court wizard, I'm not him. Farengar is the one you want. If you wish to speak with him, you'll find him somewhere in the general direction of boredom. Now, if you'll excuse me, there's this invention called wine that requires my immediate attention. Oh, all right, if you must. As the Now, wine, that's a good word. Short, sweet, intoxicating. People love wine almost as much as they love whining. I'm one of those people. Although some say the I apologize, were you saying something? My name is Elderwin. I've come to Whiterun for the Skyforge and for Farengar. I don't see that as a negative. My Nord friends often chide me for neglecting the rich history of Skyrim, as if I was ignorant of it. They say, you know, Elder, there's more to Skyrim than just alto and spiced wine. And I tell them, yes, yes, I know all about your windmills and bards and 12 different words for coal. I only care about the wine. Yorland allows me to use his magical forge to craft jewelry. I use the enchanting then I turn them around and sell them to Farengar, and he always buys them. I've never met a man so obsessed with necklaces. He says their enchantments are valuable. I think he likes to wear them. Maybe tomorrow I'll enchant him a dress to go along. I don't really understand it myself. There should be more of me. It seems to me smithing and enchanting are two complementary skills. I can only assume it has to do with the stigma that comes with being... They say to wield a hammer, you must be as dull as an anvil and as strong as an ox. As if stupidity... Although I have heard warriors talk of such things. They say the person who thinks too much on the battlefield lacks focus. In battle, having an empty mind certainly makes you more decisive, but the forge is not something that requires you to act swiftly. But I do like the notion of intelligence being a weakness. There are far too many mages who thumb their noses at common folk, as if worth was defined by the size of one's skull. Alchemists invented wine, farmers harvest the grapes, and smiths provide the tools. So, to me, each is worth more than all the mages in Winterhold. We are still talking about my We really need to rectify that. One bottle and a fresh loaf of bread ought to do it. Better make... Caves are the best place to find... There used to be 3 other mages in my faction, a motley bunch to be sure. A Khajiit, a Redguard, a Nord, and myself. 4 mages can be a formidable party, especially... Mistakes like trading our last healing potion for a... Thankfully, the one talent I do have serves me well. It turns out most feral beasts... Really? No doubt from that knave Larkspur, telling everyone that I'm a battle cat under the sheets. The truth is, I don't even remember any of it.
Our youth, today's come and gone. For the age of aggression is just about
Well,
done.
maybe you've confused my name with the World Eater. It's Elduin, with an E, and I don't eat worlds. Although it's possible you may have heard it elsewhere. I hear in the Isle you can't swing a dead skeever without hitting at least 3 Elduins.
The killer of kings. On the day of your death, we will drink and we'll
Think you can go blade to blade with me? You'd be dead in 6 seconds.
Skyrim, and we fight all our lives.
The heat of the battle. That and a true Nord. You've been talking... Too hot-headed, they cried. Weak, pathetic cowards, the lot of them. It wasn't my fault. I told them over and over that it was an accident. They wanted me to prove my worth. I guess they thought a woman wasn't strong enough to hurt him. I didn't mean for him to die. Why would I want that?
There once was a hero named Ragnar who came riding to Whiterun from Olga's day.
That time's over.
And the braggart did swagger and brag his name as he told of old battles and gold he had made.
If it's work you're looking for, Hulda's the
When he
one to
met
talk
the
to.
shield maiden Matilda, who said, "Oh, you talk and you lie and you drink of mead. Now I think it's high time that you lie down and bleed." So then came crashing and slashing of steel as the brave lass Matilda charged in full of zeal. Braggart named Ragnar was brave no more when his ugly red head rolled around on the floor. Come by Bellathor's shop at the market. I'm sure we've got something you need.
Say Helgen got hit by a dragon.
And the age became 9. You have come. You have come to hear the word of Talos. What? You were once last. An ass man who said, "Let me show you the power of Talos, Stormcrown."
Dragons I can handle. This talk of dragons, world gone mad, I say.
Excuse me. This may sound strange, but I think our destinies are connected. I'm sorry, let me explain. I've been having visions for quite some time. Sometimes they are about great battles, and even dragons. At first, I thought they were simple dreams. My mother always told me to ignore them. But that was before my village was attacked and burned by orcs. My mother died there, but told me to come to Skyrim to search for my father. She told me he would have answers.
Pain is so great.
After I got here, the visions have been coming more often and are clearer. I've seen myself meeting you here. No, but in some of my visions, I've seen him running through the streets while a dragon attacked the town. I think you may even have been there. If I follow you, would you take me there? Excellent. Lead the way. What's next?
Need something? Unlike the rest of my family, I've got work to do.
Aye.
You look rather pale. Could be ataxia. It's quite a problem back home in Cyrodiil. So you're interested in my potions and ingredients? Come back anytime. If you need a remedy.
Once I've made enough money trading with the Khajiit caravans, I'm going to buy the bannered mare from Hulda.
And what of my son?
Before my ma and Da passed, I told them that one day, I'd become the best trader in Skyrim. I met one of the caravan leaders, Madran. He said he'd help me get started if I could bring him a mammoth's tusk. Easier said than done. You'd do that? If you find one, I could teach you a thing or two about trading. Help you get a fair bargain in the future? About the same as everyone else? Way I hear it, elsewhere ain't nothing like Skyrim. It's got tropical forests and dusty badlands. It sounds awful. Yeah, it's got to be tough. Worst thing is, nobody wants... Matter of fact, I do. And a Nord knows a liar when she sees one. Farewell.
Looking to do some hunting? Avoid Shin Pass to the south.
My lord, please. Have to listen. What will have me do? There's no telling nothing. My lord, please. This is no time for rash action.
What's the meaning of this interruption? Jarl Balgruuf is not receiving visitors.
Who's this then?
Well, that explains why the guards let you in. Come on then. The Jarl will want to speak to you personally.
So, you were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eyes? Really? You're certainly forthright about your criminal past. But it's none of my concern who the Imperials want to execute, especially now. What I want to know is, what exactly happened at Helgen? I should have guessed Ulfric would be mixed up in this. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
My lord, We should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains...
The Jarl of Falkreath will view that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not...
Enough! I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service, and I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem. There is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps. Come, let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons.
Did you feel that? It feels like... hunger. By the way, isn't it time for dinner yet?
Farengar.
Come to Dragon's Reach to discuss the ongoing hostilities, like the rest of the great warriors.
Go ahead and...
You know, if you've got the aptitude, you should... So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragons. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there. Straight to the point, eh? No need for tedious hows and whys. I like that. Leave those details to your betters, am I right? I, learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself. Ah, the dragon stone of Bleak Falls Barrow. You already found it. You are cut from a different cloth than the usual brutes the Jarl foists on me. You'll have to see the Jarl about that. Maybe his steward Avenici. I'm sure one of them will pay you appropriately.
Wait for me. Farengar. Farengar, you need to come at once. A dragon's been sighted nearby. You should come too.
A dragon? How exciting. Where was it seen? What was it doing?
I'd take this a bit more seriously if I were you. If a dragon decides to attack Whiterun, I don't know who can stop it. Let's go.
Father says I'm too young to train with the sword, so I practice with my
Irileth
fists.
tells me you came from the Western Watchtower?
Yes, my lord.
Tell him what you told me about the dragon.
Oh, that's right. We saw it coming from the south. It was fast. Faster than anything I've ever seen.
What did it do? Is it attacking the Watchtower?
No, my lord. It was just circling overhead when I left. I never ran so fast in my life. I thought it would come after me, for sure.
Good work, son. We'll take it from here. Head down to the barracks for some food and rest. You've earned it. Irileth, you'd better gather some guardsmen and get down there.
I've already ordered my men to muster near the main gate.
Good. Don't fail me. There's no time to stand on ceremony, my friend. I need your help again. I want you to go with Irileth and help her fight this dragon. You survived Helgen, so you have more experience with dragons than anyone else here. But I haven't forgotten the service you did for me in retrieving the Dragon Stone for Farengar. As a token of my esteem, I have instructed Avenici that you are now permitted to purchase property in the city. And please, accept this gift from my personal armory.
I should come along. I would very much like to see this dragon.
No. I can't afford to risk both of you. I need you here working on ways to defend the city against these dragons.
As you wish.
Hail, friend.
Guards in dragon suits say you aided the yard. Off the Whiterun, I get it.
It's a shame, isn't it? Indeed. The temple here in the city is my charge. The goddess's divine blessings. After all, it is she who brings... This is the Gildergreen. It was planted as a seedling in the early years of Whiterun. Disciples of Kynareth could sense something holy in it, and traveled far to hear the winds of the goddess in its branches. They built the temple. Of course, not as many pilgrims these days. A big dead tree isn't very inspiring if you're coming to worship the divine of wind and rains. Kynareth gives life, and we need a living tree to be her symbol. I've thought about that. Trees like this never really die, they only slumber. I think if we had some of the sap from the parent tree, we could wake up its child. But even if you could get to the Eldergleam, you couldn't tap it, not with any normal metal. Eldergleam is older than metal, from a time before men or elves. To even affect it, you have to tap into the old magic. You'll have to deal with the hag ravens. I've heard about a weapon they've made for sacrificing Spriggans. It's called Nettlebane. The hags terrify me, or I would have gone after it myself. Your spirit is strong. Kynareth's winds will guide your path. It's held in a hagraven nest called Orphan Rock.
I work with my mother.
Choice cup of steak or a tender rack of ribs.
Stormcloaks, Imperials, dragons. Ain't no matter to me what I feel.
No signs of any dragon right now, but it sure looks like he's been here. I know it looks bad, but we've got to figure out what happened. And if that dragon is still skulking around somewhere. Spread out and look for survivors. We need to know what we're dealing with.
Get back. It's still here somewhere. Rocky and Todd just got grabbed when they tried to make a run for it. This doesn't look good. Kidret, save us. Here he comes again.
Sorry, was looking at my files. You're so pathetic. You actually think you can win? There's a very clear winner, and it's about to be me. I needed a water bath, but you can't win this.
You won't get past this unless
You're so pathetic! You actually think you can win?
That's the best you can do.
As much as I enjoy fighting, I really need to work on my files, so could you just lie down and die?
That went well, my friend.
Oh dear. 20. Oh, forget it. I need a moment here.
Look at that. What's happening?
Everybody, get back!
thought that dragon
I
not
can't
mess
believe
with
it.
Whiterun.
You're
Didn't we?
Dragonborn. In the very oldest tales, back from when there were still dragons in Skyrim, the Dragonborn would slay dragons and steal their power. That's what you did, isn't it? Absorb the dragon's power. There's only one way to find out. Try to shout. According to the old legends, only the Dragonborn can shout without training, the way the dragons do.
Dragonborn? What are you talking about? Dragonborn?
That's right.
What are you
My
talking
grandfather used to tell stories about the Dragonborn.
Voice of the dragon.
Those born with the dragon blood in them. Like old Tiber said himself.
I've never heard of Tiber Septim killing any dragons.
There weren't any dragons then, idiot. They're just coming back now for the first time in forever. But the old tales tell of the Dragonborn who could kill dragons and steal their power. You
Did
must
I
be
file
one.
all the combat records
You
yet?
say you left. You're being awfully quiet.
Sure.
Come on,
See you
then.
soon.
Tell us, do you believe in this Dragonborn business?
Here's a dead dragon, and that's definitely
Yes. What's next?
I've seen plenty of things just as outlandish. I advise you all to take the strength of their sword.
Yes.
Already been told you're not allowed here. Turn around and go back the way you came.
We're causing no trouble. All we ask is to look for her.
I don't care what you're doing. You have to
Did you ever wonder if there's a Dova deer or a Dova cow? Who says dragon blood must be limited to people?
You there. We're looking for someone in Whiterun. We'll pay good money for information. A woman, a foreigner in these lands. Redguard, like us. She's likely not using her true name. We will pay for any information regarding her location. We are not welcome here in Whiterun, so we will be in Rorikstead if you learn anything. It's none of your concern. All you need to know is that we're paying for information. If that doesn't interest you, feel free to walk away. She cannot hide from us forever.
It's no fun getting pushed around all the time. Yes, Braith bullies me all the time. All the elders think I'm a milk drinker because I can't fight. Nobody understands. If you can get Braith to leave me alone, I'll be your best friend. Forever. I'll pay you too. My whole life savings. 2 septims. Oh, good. She'll listen to you. I just know it. Well, I used to sneak out at night and try to tip over the big ox in the Grey Mane's yard. And me and Mila used to climb up on the roof of Dragon's Reach and look for birds' eggs. But I don't do that stuff anymore. Father keeps catching me and then I get in trouble. Alright then.
Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying?
Right. Life's hard enough with all these men propositioning me. But that bard is the worst. That bard Mikhail is begging for a dagger up against his throat, the way he goes on about me. I heard him boasting at the Bannered Mare, saying he'll conquer me as a true Nord conquers any harsh beast. Huh! If you want to try, go right ahead. I don't think anything will get through that thick skull of his, though. You've got no idea Half the men in Whiterun have proposed to me. Some were even single. They'll never understand. No amount of flowers or honeyed words are going to change my mind. Right now, all that matters is my daughter Mila. No man's going to get between me and my little girl. Farewell.
The finest cuts, fresh from the wilds. Oh yes, hunting is my great passion. That's why my brother and I opened a shop to sell hunting supplies. It's the Drunken Huntsman down by the main gate. He tends the store, and I've got this stall. Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing. Good hunting.
All I can think about is my son, my Thorold. They say that he was killed, but I know better. I know my son is alive. Those bastards born, they're in with the Imperials. They know it too, and yet they lie to my very face. It's not wise to discuss it here. Please, if you truly wish to help, meet me at my home. I'll tell you the whole story.
Chops and steaks fit for a Jarl. Come and see my selection of the finest wild meats.
You're finally here. The Jarl's been waiting for you.
So what happened at the watchtower? Was the dragon there? I knew I could count on Irileth, but there must be more to it than that. So it's true. The Greybeards really were summoning you. Masters of the Way of the Voice. They live in seclusion, high on the slopes of the throat of the world. The Dragonborn is said to be uniquely gifted in the voice, the ability to focus your vital essence into a thum, or shout. If you really are Dragonborn, they can teach you how to use your gift. The Greybeards.
Didn't you hear the thundering sound as you returned to Whiterun? That was the voice of the Greybeards, summoning you to High Hrothgar. This hasn't happened in centuries, at least. Not since Tibeseptim himself was summoned when he was still Talos of Atmora.
Rungar, calm yourself. What does any of this Nord nonsense have to do with our friend here? Capable as she may be, I don't see any signs of her being this, Dragonborn.
Nord nonsense? Why, you puffed up ignorant. These are our sacred traditions that go back to the founding of the First Empire.
Rongar, don't be so hard on Avenici.
I meant no disrespect, of course. It's just that, what do these Greybeards want with her?
That's the Greybeards' business, not ours. Whatever happened when you killed that dragon, it revealed something in you, and the Greybeards heard it. If they think you're Dragonborn, who are we to argue? You'd better get up to High Hrothgar immediately. There is no refusing the summons of the Greybeards. It's a tremendous honor. I envy you, you know, to climb the 7,000 steps again. I made the pilgrimage once. Did you know that? High Hrothgar is a very peaceful place. Very disconnected from the troubles of this world. I wonder that the Greybeards even notice what's going on down here. They haven't seemed to care before. No matter. Go to High Hrothgar. Learn what the Greybeards can teach you. You've done a great service for me and my city, Dragonborn. By my right as Jarl, I name you Thane of Whiterun. It's the greatest honor that's within my power to grant. I assign you Lydia as a personal housecarl, and this weapon from my armory to serve as your badge of office. I'll also notify my guards of your new title. Wouldn't want them to think you're part of the common rabble, now would we? We are honored to have you as Thane of our city, Dragonborn. Back to business, Proventus. We still have a city to defend.
Yes, my lord.